Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to make a juice this morning to take with me, but I'm going to answer 3 questions that everybody always asks me. So let's get into it. So I'm making a green juice today. I've got some coriander, parsley, ginger, lemon, cucumber, apples, and some celery. So it's a green juice today. So I'm just going to chop it up, and while I'm chopping, I'm going to talk, and hopefully it's not too loud. So first question is, what juicer do I use? I use the Nama J2. I absolutely love this juicer. When I first did my raw juice cleans, I used the Breville juice fountain, I think it was. It was just a cheaper one. It was great to get me started. I didn't have the funds to buy something like this. And back then the Nama wasn't out in Australia. So once it came out, I did my 40-day raw juice cleans with the Breville juice fountain. And then I love juicing so much it changed my life, as you all know if you've watched my other videos. And then the Nama J2 came out and I got it. What I love about it is that it's so easy to put together. It's so easy to clean, and it's really quick at juicing, which you're going to see while I'm making this video. So that's my first one, Nama J2, absolutely hands down. The second question I get asked a lot is, how long should I do a raw juice cleanse for? So look, I went out on my first one and I did 40 days. I jumped straight in, but it does take 3 days to empty your whole bowel system. So if you're wanting to empty all that old waste out, you've got to do it for more than 3 days. I always say minimum, I would do it for 4 days. If you want results though, because I was still letting waste out after 40 days of not eating, and I was just juicing. So the 3 days is just to empty out your digestive system and what's sitting in there. But really, you could have years full of impacted poop up in your bowel area and in your colon that is just sitting up there. So if you want to empty it all out, if you want to do big healing juice cleanses, I would go for as long as you can handle. Like I said, I did 40 days and I would have loved to have gone longer. So I have heard somewhere that for every year of your life takes 1 day of cleansing. So putting that into perspective, I'm 50. So I would do one for 50 days if you wanted to work that way. But really, I mean realistically, we live in such a busy life. I just think do what you can, do what works for you. But I definitely would say I would do at least 4 days to get started. And I think the more you do them, the more you might feel a bit more comfortable to go a bit longer, because it is something that's a little bit hard to get straight into. Let's see if we've got some power here. There we go. Did you see how easy that was? I just chuck it all in and it does its own thing. And you'll see this will start to fill up with juice and it'll pour out the other side. I might give you a better camera angle. You can see it's all just churning around up here, chopping it out. It's got like this big ball in the middle that squashes the juice out of the produce, and then it fills up this bottom container and then it just pours out. Look at all that. Amazing. So I've already washed and prepared the celery a few days ago and just kept it in the fridge. I find that when I buy produce, if I can do things like that, once I buy it, just clean it up, then it's easier for me to get juicing done because that part of the job is already done. So I'm just going to put a bit of each thing in here. Okay, pop the lid back on. The new Nama J2s, the lid is fully connected. It doesn't clip off, which is one feature I don't like about the older ones. But the new ones have fixed that, which is great. All right. So as you can see, you can just get on and walk around and do other things while it's juicing. You don't have to stand here and like some other juicers and push it through the chute. You just load it all in and it does its own thing. So the other question I get asked is, how many juices should I have on a juice cleanse? Now look, that's going to be up to you. I would suggest that you do what's right for you. I'm just going to pop you up. When I did my 40-day juice cleanse, I was having about 4 to 5 litres a day, and I was mixing up my juices. I was having green juices, orange juice, I was having beetroot and apple and carrot and apple. I was making a variety, and I was having whatever my body felt like throughout the day. As the juice cleanse went on, I was drinking a lot of water too, right? So as the juice cleanse went on, and I think my stomach started to shrink because obviously I was overeating before that, I started to need less juice. I was having maybe 3 litres a day, 3 to 4 litres maybe. So I am all about intuitive eating, intuitive juicing. So what's right for me is going to be different for you. So you've got to do what's right for you. So how I did it was, when I started the juice cleanse, I started to learn my hunger fullness cues. So before that, I was just eating breakfast, lunch and dinner at certain times because that's what I'd grown up with, right? But with juicing, I learned when I actually felt hungry. I've never experienced feeling hungry before because it was breakfast, lunch or dinner. My body didn't have time to actually go, oh, I'm actually hungry. So I was overeating all the time, which I think most of us do. So I started to listen to my stomach, and it wasn't hunger because I was dehydrated. So sometimes you can feel hungry when you're thirsty, so drink water. It was like a true hunger feeling, like my body was like, all right, Kerrie, I need some more food now. So that is when I would have another juice. So I just listened to my body all day, and some periods of the day I needed them closer together, and other periods I could go longer throughout the day without it. So just listen to your body. Just whenever you start to feel hungry, have a juice, have some water, and that is going to work for you. Don't let yourself get hungry, because you will then want to have food that you shouldn't be having. You will crave junk food, and I'm just going to show you this. You'll crave junk food, and you don't want to be doing that on a juice cleanse. And I'm going to give you one last tip as a bonus. This is the most important thing doing a juice cleanse. The hands down number one thing you want is a why. Why do you want to do it? If you don't have a why, then you're not going to get through it. You're going to be so tempted to break it, and you'll be like, oh, I'll do it another time, or I'll start again tomorrow. But you want to know why you're doing it. So when I first did it the first time, my why was that I was having stomach pains. I'd wanted to do one for years, and I was like, all right, it's now or never. My health just wasn't at its best. I had excess weight to lose. I couldn't lose it any other way. And I'd just seen so many good things on juicing that I was just like, I've just got to give this a go. And that was my why, and that's what got me through. On those days where I was like, I felt like breaking it, on those days where I was like having a really mentally, emotionally tough time, because it will bring up your emotions, because we emotionally eat and suppress our emotions. So when you're not eating your comfort foods, which is usually biscuits and cakes and all those takeaway salty sweet foods, when you are just doing a juice cleanse, it is going to bring up all your emotions at the start. So you're going to feel so uncomfortable, you're going to feel so emotional, your mind is going to be saying things like, stop this, let's go get a pie, or let's go get, whatever your comfort foods are. And so when you've got a why, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's only for a short period of time. I'm only doing it for X amount of days. I'd set 40 days. So I was like, I'm only doing it for 40 days. I can eat that after if I feel like it, which you won't. Your body will change, your taste buds will change, and you'll feel so amazing you won't want to go back to that way. But you will stick to it with a why. So have a why, and then get yourself a great juicer if you can, and set yourself an amount of days that you want to do it for, and get going, do it. You'll love it. It's the best thing I ever did. It changed my life, which is why I'm on here sharing it with you, because I want others to experience how amazing it can make you feel. I'm going to get on and finish these juices, but I hope that helped you today. I hope it's given you a little bit of insight and answered some questions into your juicing journey. I wish you all the best. Please ask me any other comments in the comment section. I would love to help you out. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video for me if you found it useful. Thank you. Bye.